Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's Ask Amy. This is every Thursday at 1 o'clock Central Time, 12 o'clock Mountain Time, 11 o'clock Pacific. If you want to ask a question on one of these premieres, you just go to amysatori.com/Ask Amy, or just click on Ask Amy on my website, and it'll take you right there and explain everything. And there you go. So I have a little message about getting rid of the evil in our world. So, and I thought, oh, this is so great. Cliff High mentioned something in one of his recent videos that I just kind of went, oh, that's a great way to look at it. And so I've pondered it a little bit. Okay, so you know that way back when the evil started to take over our planet, it was a negative AI. It was negative AI, a black slimy substance. Even it was just like I don't know. Yeah, and the draconians and all that kind of stuff. So started a long time ago, and they created the thought form that I believe is our ego today. Since we've always had it, and since we've always operated with it, we think that it's part of being human, and it's not. So we think that our ego is a part of us, and it's a part of us only because, as much as television is a part of us, like just we're used to it, but it's not who we are. In other words, all the negative emotions that you have are the ego. So when you're not feeling good enough, when you're feeling really sad, when you're feeling really guilty, when you're feeling bad about things, when you're angry about things, when you're frustrated about things, when you're fed up with things, when you're like, all of the negative emotions are caused by thought forms. So thoughts that are given to us, but I say thought forms because it's like when you're in your enlightened state, which is actually who you are, when you're in your beingness and you're present, you just know things, and you're a master creator. So anything that you desire comes to you just like that. But when you are a human being with an ego, which is exactly what their plan was, to put the kibosh on us being able to create like we're intended to, they created these things that are like thought forms, and they kind of float into your awareness. And if you've slowed down your consciousness enough, you will actually see it start to float in. So you'll see what I mean. It takes a lot of practice to get there, but you'll see it's like slow motion. It starts to come in like, do you want to hear this? Because I could really scare you right now. I could really give you a worrisome thought. And if you're interested in having a worrisome thought, then you'll look over and entertain it. And you'll be like, well, what is it? Maybe it's something that I should be, protecting myself from, something like that. Right. So, and I'm going down to like the microcosm because what we're doing right now is we're going through a purging, a cleansing from the inside out. Now, the way that I've been saying it all along is continue to heal yourself. No matter what's going on in the outside world, whatever's triggering you, keep going within. And that is true. But this is a whole other thing. If we're to get rid of all the negative AI in our world and all the evil that's going on, all the corruptness and all the stuff that's the cause of it, okay, we have to cleanse ourselves of it. We have to detox ourselves of it so that we can, once we're clean and pure and we're back to our natural essence, we're back to being present in consciousness. Once we're back to that, then we can go out and do it elsewhere, right? It's like you have to save your own life first, put your mask on your face. And then once you've done that, you can go save your kid next to you. It's like you have to survive in order for everybody else to survive. So, and that's why you also have to love yourself first. You love yourself, and then you can love others. It doesn't go the other way around. So people pleasing is like the opposite. It's the complete opposite, because you're trying to please everybody else first. And if you rob yourself, then you're not going to be able to love adequately the way that you want to, or even intend to. So if you really, really, really want to love somebody, then put yourself first. love yourself as a priority. Okay. Anyway, so that's what we're going through right now, is we're going through a purging. We're noticing those nooks and crannies about ourselves that we haven't quite healed yet, or these insecurities are bubbling up, and these different things are bubbling up. Stop. Nola. Okay. Kittens. Now she's going to go in a paper bag. Oh gosh. Okay. So anyway, as we're just cleaning, we're fine tuning. We're just going in, and we're okay. Taking a long time for the EBS to happen. We're having all these like little. We're kind of at a standstill a little bit right now. And now Janine's gone, and it's like, okay. All right, it's awfully quiet. What's going on? And then we're about to go through some kind of major scare. So I think we're just being prepared right now, and you're probably quite tired, and you're probably going through all kinds of things in your body, perhaps, and they're just adjustments. You're being adjusted and tweaked and whatnot to figure out those little things about yourself that are still laid dormant within you that need to come out for healing. So that could be a physical thing, that got stuck in your body that needs to move through, or it could be no. You're just insistent. You are insistent. No, quit it. Thank you. Okay. So yeah. So once that's happened, then we can adequately go clean up the rest of the world. And that's when we become our most courageous. That's when we become brave. That's when we are able to see things clearly. And once we can see the ego for what it is, both inside first, then outside, it's done. There's nothing that it can do to take us over at all. If you have, and remember when I've talked about like lower astral entities, you walk into a bar or a public place, and if you already walk in the door with a certain insecurity, then a lower astral entity will attach to that and make it even bigger. So, and I find those in people sometimes. So more frequent than I'd like to. But basically that's, if you didn't have the ego walking in there in the first place, and if you didn't have that insecurity, that doubt, that not believing in yourself, that, or whatever that is, then they wouldn't be able to attach to it and make it times 100. So the objective right now is to continue to heal you guys, and to continue to don't get defensive, don't get angry, don't doubt yourself, don't put yourself down, don't say you're not good enough. Try to correct your attitude and heal your attitude once and for all about all these various things that scare you or put you in a state of lack. Really examine it closely, however you want to. I always recommend tons of tools, but you guys figure it out. You already know what I always recommend, and I'm not going to repeat myself a million times, but just continue to do your healing and completely focus on that right now. Don't even care about what's going on in the world. And when this shit show happens, whatever it is, and however it shows up, you're going to be so glad you did. You're going to be ready for it, and you're not going to get set off your center. So you want to be the center of the storm through whatever this is. Do not waver. Just be right in the center. And be in your power, get in your power, and be ready for it. Okay. All right. And then I'm just going to pull some spirit cards real quick, and then we'll get into the readings. Okay. You have nothing to fear but those thoughts you're entertaining. So you have really nothing to fear but the artificial intelligence and those thought forms they keep handing you and you keep buying into. Stop getting duped. Start using your mind to create what's possible instead. That's the idea behind the affirmations. Okay. So that's one thing that I've learned to do really well. And I switch it just like that. If I ever start to think about something that isn't empowering, that's disempowering, then I say, okay, what's the opposite? And I start affirming that. And that becomes my reality. So I don't even entertain any negative thoughts or any negativity at all. It's just like in one ear, out the other. And I just switch it continuously all day long. And I don't even have things occur to me mostly like that. I just had a major, what would be a normal scare, something that would have left me trembling and crying and freaking out really bad. I didn't even have a worrisome thought about it at all. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I just passed a major test. That was amazing. The way that I just went right through it, I just kept picking the best thought, the best thought, the best thought, the best thought about it. And it ended incredibly well. It was totally miraculous and incredible on so many different levels. So it ended up being this massive, miraculous blessing. So just because something looks scary at first also doesn't mean, anything. Don't judge a book by its cover. The book may look really tattered or whatever, but it might be the best book you've ever read. So, don't jump to conclusions just because something looks a little scary. Keep your center, keep reaching for the most positive thought you can and anchor it in. And the ego is really tricky. It'll sneak in there and go, oh, you're just trying to fool yourself. Oh, you're going to get blindsided. Oh, somebody's kind of going to come in and they're whatever. Don't entertain that either, and see that for what it is too. You got to get crystal clear. Examine every thought. The Bible said, I don't know what the verse is, but basically make all your thoughts obedient to Christ, right? Now, I'm not going to get all religious on you guys, but I'm just saying it's true. It is true. That is true. There are some really good parts of the Bible to really, take home. And that is one of them, is that you do have to make your thoughts obedient to your essence, I would say, even the Christ within us, Christ consciousness within us. Your objective right now is to continue your healing work as everything else is being worked out behind the scenes. Just focus on you. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, if that's not affirming. Okay, we're going to be celebrating. I just looked over at the Three of Cups. We're going to be like this at the end of it. Okay. All right, what else? It may seem lonely at the top, but is the drama worth your peace? Right? So you have to keep choosing peace over drama. A lot of you are in true love relationships too. And man, those relationships can really suck you into just like this quicksand you can't get out of. Make sure, even those of you who are coming into union, getting to know your person and whatnot, always pull back and take time for yourself if you need to. And please explain to your partner what's going on. Please. Because it's so important to be communicating with people like what we truly feel and what we truly think. You don't have to tell everybody everything. You have secrets that you can keep, that as long as they're not going to hurt that person, or something like that, then you don't have to say that. You can say, I'm not comfortable talking about that, and I don't intend to talk about that ever. So, and it's not that it's unhealed, and it's not that it's a bad thing, and it's not anything. It's just like, that's just something I choose to keep to myself. Thank you. I don't, like you don't foresee the person understanding or the people understanding or whatever it is. And maybe you'll decide later you want to open up about it. But just be honest about whatever it is. Just say exactly what's going on. I feel very uncomfortable talking with you about that, and I really don't want to go there. Or if you don't have an answer for somebody and they're pressing, say yes or no, say yes or no. You can just say, give me more time. I need more time to process it. Thank you. Because I got to come to my ultimate truth, and I'm not going to have you pressure me to do that, So, have good boundaries, but be totally honest with people. That makes me uncomfortable. I am exhausted. I have to pull back for a moment and just not think about that for a minute, because it's driving me crazy, having to do this, that, or the other thing. It's taking too much out of me with not getting enough back. or whatever it is, whatever it is you're going through, just be really, really clear. Or you could even say, I feel, whatever it is that you're feeling, just be really clear with your person if you're going to back away. Don't make up excuses. Don't make things up. Don't lie. Don't manipulate. Don't, because you want to just stay within your integrity and continue the healing process on all of it. And if you do lie, go back and apologize. I'm sorry I got defensive about that. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you the complete truth. The real truth is that I was really scared. The real truth is that I was thinking that just be honest, guys. So anything else about that? Yeah. So it may seem lonely at the top, but is the drama worth your peace? No, it is not. It is definitely not. So the kingdom of God is within you. It is that essence, your soul's essence within you that these bad guys have been trying to steal. So the more you're in your ego, the more you allow yourself to get triggered and keep around people who are negative and do all that song and dance, the more you're allowing it to play out in our world too, because you're not seeing it. You're just getting played. You're getting manipulated here, played there, controlled and bullied there, you're just like a puppet on the strings, right? So why would the strings go away? They're serving a purpose. You got to snip all the strings. You got to get rid. You got to quit it. Because the kingdom of God is within you. And I know I did that talk about bravery recently, but there was another point to it. The only reason that we make a shortcut, that we want to take a shortcut and we end up doing the cowardly thing or whatever, is because we're scared. We're scared of somebody, or we want to please somebody and say oh, God forbid we should make that person mad or whatever it is. But if you're really truly present within yourself, people sell their souls to the devil to get what they want. And it's like, dude, did you realize that you could actually do that in a really joyful, pure, innocent way? Hello, it's called our essence. It's who we are. If you just drop the ego, if you just drop all the negative thoughts and stuff, who we truly are, and in our essence, that oneness with God, and I'm proof of it. When you're in that space, when you're in the enlightened space, you manifest very quickly and easily anything that you want to, just like the snap of a finger. It's very, very fast. And you're totally at ease, totally in bliss, and totally happy and full of love. And, and it radiates out to everybody around you. Wouldn't you so much rather have peace and success and happiness and loads of money and everything that you ever want or need in a loving state? But people have been robbed of that education, of that knowledge. They don't know. They don't know. You can be all powerful and a total badass and be able to do anything you want and have anything you want through love. That's a thought. You don't have to cheat to do it. You really don't. So all you got to do is manifest it. All you got to do is imagine it, think about it. But you have to be in that state of presence, and you got to be free of the freaking ego that we're programmed is a part of us, that we're duped to think is a part of us, and it's not. So stay present in the moment. And it's lonely in a sense, because you're already lonely, because you're like, I had a woman give me the biggest hug in the store the other day, and she almost cried. And she just said, "You're the first person I've met who knows what's going on in the world." And I'm like, oh my gosh, there are people out there like that a lot of you maybe even like that you haven't even met or talked to anybody who doesn't know or who knows. I was so shocked. I was like, wow, my whole world is this. I don't even know anybody who doesn't know what's going on. I run into them sometimes, but it's like, we need to surround ourselves with like-minded people. We need to search them out, seek them out, get their phone number. If you meet somebody who's of a like mind, get their phone number, exchange information. We need to be reaching out to each other for that support. But anyway, it is lonely at the top, but it's not lone. It doesn't have to be lonely. You may be alone. You may be single, you may be alone, you may be with just you and your partner, or you and your family, and you're kind of like hunkering down in these times, but you don't have to feel lonely. You know, if you're filling yourself up with love, if you're doing Qigong on a regular basis, if you're taking good care of yourself, if you're gathering like-minded people around you or talking to them on a regular basis, you can be full of love. You can be full of love and all alone too, you know. You can have heaven on earth, but you must let go of everything, meaning all the 3D garbage, to truly have it all. Because that's what letting go of the ego means. I don't need anything to make me happy. I don't need anything out there. I don't need a bunch of money. I don't need a bunch of this and that and the other thing. You know, I just need my essence. That's all I care about anymore, is like being present in the moment with my essence. That's all you should care about, or that's what's possible for you. Let's just say that it's possible for you to just be in that state, connected to God all the time and having everything that you want. But it has to be in that order. You have to choose God first. You have to choose your own essence first. You have to choose your soul and the priority of your soul first. Then everything can come. But those things can be taken too, and it's okay, because your priority is here. You can always manifest another, you know? Okay. Love yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. Your opinion is the only one that matters. Be true to you and be proud of yourself. Absolutely 100%. We're not going to even care about approving of other people anymore. Nobody's approving of anybody anymore. Nobody's even gonna, you just have to be authentic. Just be unapologetically, authentically you. Me with my speech impediment or whatever. Sometimes I can't come up with the words. I don't give a crap. I swear, you know, I do all kinds of things, and I love the shit out of myself. I do. I love myself unconditionally, and I'm a goofball, and who cares? Every one of you is a goofball too, just not all of you show it. Do not do that thing that stretches your faith. You won't be disappointed. So if there's anything that's inspiring you at this time, make sure you go after it. You don't want to miss that opportunity. It would be the biggest regret of your life. Don't doubt your intuition. You're not making it up. So learn to rely on that intuition and act on it. You're handling yourself better than you think. Keep it up. All right. Just make a wish and we'll conspire to make it come true. Now, I always say that that's what it feels like when you're in that enlightened state, is anything. I think I'd like a boat. But you know, it's really funny because you'll say, I think I'd like a boat. I think that'd be really fun to go out in a boat. And then you manifest it, and then you're out in the boat and everything. And then you'll be like, oh, I think it'd be kind of cool to do this. You're never attached to any of it. It's just a big playground. It's like really fun. I think I want to go to the next ride now. I've had enough of the roller coaster. You may go on the roller coaster 6-7 times, but then you'll go over to the other ride down the way, and it's all yours for the taking and for the pleasure of it and the enjoyment of it. You just run around like a little kid. Oh, we're your biggest fans. We believe in you and we know what you're capable of. Stop doubting yourself and know that you can't mess up. You were born for this. Spirit's got you. You just need to take more time to quiet your mind and tune into the subtle realm. We have your back. Your mind / your ego, those thought forms, do not. All right. That's your lecture for today. Hopefully that just really nails in the perspective. You know what I mean? Clean ourselves within of the ego. Then we can go clean the world up of the ego. All right. 4189. I want to set up a pet sanctuary for the pets of all the people who will be leaving this earth plane. Can you see that happening for me? I just got a bouncy yes. Like, yes, that's awesome. Like fairies are involved, I think. And I just saw the walls decorated in like this beautiful, like a bright blue sky with the sunshine and butterflies in a meadow, like this really beautiful mural in your area. Yeah, it's gonna be very big and very free. Like all these animals are gonna be getting along and having fun. People will come in and interact. There'll be volunteers, even kids running around with them. The cats or the dogs that want to be up or low or up high, and there'll be positive reinforcement trainers helping them. It feels like a heaven. You're going to have something for all of them, because you have cats that want to hide under things and are a little scared of people, so they're going to have their own little peaceful area that's like maybe a little trickling stream and rocks to hide in back of or under, or caves to go in, and so they're going to have their little paradise over here. And then the ones that love attention and interaction and running after kids and stuff, they're going to have their area. It's going to be really neat. It feels like you put a lot of thought into this, or you and your team are going to put a lot of thought into it, and it's going to be really neat. And that's for the dogs and the cats. In fact, in some areas, it looks like the dogs and the cats are running around together. So won't that be cool? You never see that. It's going to be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Anything else? Shishi na poma on. Feels like grabbing one of these. Wow. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. So yeah, go. Wow. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions. So just keep affirming. Thank you, God, so much that it worked out so easily and effortlessly, so much better than I ever could have thought. Thank you so much that everything is really lining up like the biggest miracle of my life. To make any particular decision you go to make involving the project, just ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose and which way takes me away from it? Have faith and hope, because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you just can't see yet. So keep your chin up, keep planning as if it's going to happen. You could even make a whole business plan and how much everything's going to, be studying things, taking a look at what different facilities have, what they offer, what you could do that's even way more, more like I was saying, like outside the box of what they do already. You might be a little bit insecure about having to do some public speaking, but you'll get over that. You're also going to be more intuitive. Oh, and I feel like there's going to be some animals helping people become more intuitive when they visit too. Kind of like horses can heal. They can help you heal. I feel like there's going to be a little area where people can practice pet communication. Oh my gosh, that'll be so amazing. Like they might bond with a pet and they're going to pick the pet out. They're going to be like, I pick Sally right there. And then you take Sally and put them in a room with the person, with the kid or whatever, and they're going to practice talking to Sally. Sally, what are you saying to me? The dog will sit there and look back, and you guys will figure it out. And then maybe some kind of, pet communicator teacher is teaching everybody how to talk to these animals. And then they go grab another animal and they try it again and they see what that one's like, what the energy's like of that one. Wouldn't that be cool? So yeah, I think they just said success. You're going to have a lot of success with this. In fact, it might pop up all over the place. I assume you're a humanitarian. So I'm sure you can make that happen. That's awesome. I just looked at beloved. So maybe it's actually going to be called that, or have that in the name somehow, beloved. Amy means beloved. Maybe it'll be Amy something. I don't know. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Okay. So 4195. 4195. Okay. Hi, Amy. I hope you're doing so well. I am doing so well. Thank you. I still have not heard from my DM 2.0 since you and I last spoke. It's been about a month. I've been trying to disconnect and keep my options open to get out of this funk I'm in, but my heart still weighs heavily on him. Part of me is staying hopefully, even though the abrupt separation has been painful. Can I please get a true love spread to see how he's currently feeling toward me in the connection? Thank you so much. One thing one thing about these true love connections is they are so super intense. And this is why I encourage all of you, before you even get in it, before you even come into union, just make up your mind that, there's always open communication. Establish that immediately, so that you guys will always, like, you can always say, I need to back off right now. I'm feeling so this intense, and this is so intense for me. This is so overwhelming. I love it. And I love you, but I gotta get out of this for a minute. I gotta recalibrate. I need to like reset my energy for a minute and calm down. And just like take a nap or something. So just yeah, it's so sad. That's another thing they've done to us in our society, is that they've robbed us of being able to just speak our truth. It's like, you would think that that'd just be like, well, duh, just tell the person I love you, but I just got to take some time away for a minute. If the person is mature enough to handle it, which they should be, if you guys are in coming into union. Otherwise, when you come together prematurely, it causes this kind of problem. But in the future, we're not going to have this problem. Let's just put it that way, because we're going to be dropping the ego and everything. Oh yeah, he wants to talk to you about commitment, girl. And that's going to be wish fulfillment for him, because you're his dream come true. What is he doing then? Why isn't he talking to you? Well, let's look at some ghoster cards. No, he totally wants to be with you. He's not going anywhere. He's trying not to worry. Oh, he's trying not to worry about some kind of betrayal. And I think the betrayal could be not talking. Like, how could I have just disappeared? Or he could have, remember, he blamed you. I think he blamed you for something. That's a betrayal. Maybe he figured it out that you weren't the one who did it. This is in romantic comedies too. They always have that part where somebody, because of our insecurities, we say, that, oh, I knew they didn't love me. I knew they were just in it for this. I knew they, because we're insecure, not actually because they did anything. So we're that part of the movie is always there, right? He says he's doing a cleanup job on his life right now in order to make room for you in it. I want to make sure that we don't have any hangups along the way, like the one we just had. I want you to feel as comfortable as possible. Okay. So he's gathering himself up, and oftentimes they are. You guys get so frustrated when they're not talking to you, but a lot of times, most of the time, these guys are trying to figure it out so that you guys can be together. I'm very sick, or someone close to me is. I don't want to burden you with the situation, so I'm just taking care of it right now. Yeah. Oh, I know you think your body isn't perfect, but it's heaven to me, and I often think about and look forward to exploring it and how to pleasure you beyond what you've known. I want you so bad. So he misses you and your body, and he hopes that you don't think that there was something wrong with you, that he left, like that there's somebody prettier out there, or that there's somebody, he gets whatever. Oh, he's even jealous. He's so angry or jealous he can't see straight. I don't know if you put out some kind of I'm single kind of ad or something. You just said you were opening up your options. So I don't know if you put that out publicly or something like that, but he is hopping mad. He needs to calm down before he reaches out to you, so he doesn't like take it out on you. I just can't believe you did that. I don't know what that is. Maybe you did some kind of retaliation or something, but whatever it is, he did not like it. He wants you to be his. He's dealing with a mental health issue right now. Once he's stabilized enough or healed enough to begin something new with you, he'll reach out to you. So he could be having anxiety. He could be like feeling really guilty about what he did, and the fact that he didn't say anything. He could, like all of us, we're purging and having epiphanies about the stuff that's deep in us that needs healing. So he's probably going through that like the rest of us. And then he just really wants to, he just really wants to clear that up before coming back to you, so he doesn't do that to you again. He's also wondering if somebody did black magic on him. Did somebody do black magic on him? Yes. Oh, the trickery. Whatever that was that tricked him and made him go and blame you and think it was your fault. He thinks that was black magic. Yes. Shishi na pupu maha eke he sanse shi la hupumbo on hanat shinchi la eke la ha ansa anse shiki na te. So I just asked that he be helped to see the truth in all things, you know, and that he love himself. All right. My limiting, I can never say that. My limiting beliefs are evolving. I'm becoming more open-minded. If my beliefs were an issue before, please don't assume that I'm the same way now. I'm much more ready to listen to you now. Okay. So he's opened his mind since he's been away from you a little bit. He's also having intimacy issues and performance anxiety. He doesn't feel confident about being physical in a healthy way or opening up about his past. So just let him lick his wounds and do his healing. And in terms of keeping your options open, I think that's always a good idea to let go. I just think that trying to recognize when you're being too attached and codependent is a good thing. Like we are becoming, or we should be striving to become it during these times, masters of our vibration, masters of being creators even. So why would you let him bring your vibration down? You know, your vibration needs to be the most important thing to you, not anything outside of you. So, and that's when you're going to be the healthiest in a relationship, is when you love yourself enough to always take care of yourself first and foremost. And if you're suffering and if you're down and depressed, you need to put yourself first and take care of yourself and raise your vibration and get yourself happy, get yourself dancing, get yourself out in nature, do something to make yourself happy, despite whether he's on the scene or not, or talking to you or not, or whatever. You know, that's like self-mastery, is being able to be happy no matter what else is going on, or what's taken away from you, or what's, you know, mixed up about whatever's going on in the physical world. When you can let go, you're in this really expansive space, and you're creating everything that you want, need, and desire. So you're essentially bringing all of that back to you by not even worrying about it. So leave your options open. Date other guys if anyone comes along. Obviously, if your heart doesn't go to anybody else, then you have to be true to yourself. But don't be mad at your guy for hanging it up either, for hanging you guys up. Just accept it all. Do that exercise. Thank you, God, for my misery about it, so that you can come to radically accepting all parts of that situation, and just knowing everything will work out. Everything will work out in time. It'll all get ironed out, and whoever's meant to be for me will come through, you know. And then you can just be affirming, thank you, God, so much for bringing the perfect person through at the perfect time in the perfect way. And just leave anybody else out of it, just in case something happens and he just decides that he's not worthy and he's going to bail. You know, you never know when they're going to do that kind of thing. Whenever I've seen it myself, it's always been a shocker. It's like, I can't believe that person did that. So, you know, life is unpredictable. It is unpredictable. So you really just have to take care of yourself, make yourself a priority, and get happy however you need to do it, whatever exercise works to get you there. All right. And I do feel he'll be back, and he wants to marry you. He's just got to do some healing. Okay. 4199. Hello, Amy. I love your videos. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. I have been unhappy in my marriage for many years. I have 3 children, and I have stayed because of them. I recently met someone online from the other side of the country. We feel so strongly for each other, even though we barely know each other. Any insight for us? Thank you so much. First thing I want to say about that is that's awesome. That's great. Hopefully you are talking to that person on Zoom. So you're seeing each other face to face, having this type of communication with the person. If not, I'd get the hell out of there. Do not invest your time. Do not invest your time in anybody who's only texting you or, doing the bare minimum. You want to see their face. You want to see them talking to you because you want to really get to know them. You want them showing you around on video, on FaceTime or something. You want them saying, hey, this is where I work. This is where this is my car. This is how I live. These are my kids. You want them actively showing you their life and talking to you on a day-to-day basis about their ups and downs and whatnot. And most certainly, hopefully, this person is not asking for any money from you. If anybody starts asking for money and you guys are not in a committed relationship, meaning that you've already met, you know each other, you're together, you have a life together. If they're asking for money outside of that type of a structure, I wouldn't trust it at all. And I would not give him money, whatever, or anything. Don't give him anything. And yeah. So having said all of that about catfishing, in case you don't know, is just when somebody is pretending to be somebody that they're not. And that happens a lot with people who are overseas or in another country or whatever. And sometimes they're in the same country or even the same city and they're not telling you. Sometimes they're not even the sex that they're saying that they are. So, okay. Can you tell me about this guy, please? Let me take a look at his feelings for you. Is he for real? Is he for real? Okay, maybe that's the wrong question because they said yes, but it was kind of like, what? Is he who he's saying he is to her? I get a yes. Is he a male? Yes. Does he have good intentions? That's questionable. Is he trying to use her for something? Kinda, yes. Sometimes they'll build up the intimacy. They'll say that that they really try to guilt you into giving them money eventually. Like some of them don't mention in needing any money or anything for like a long time. And then all of a sudden, I'm in a crisis. I need money now. And you'll be like, what? Where'd this come from? I had everything taken from me. And oh boy, they come up with some stories. Is he intending to do that? I think so. I would just be really careful and make sure that you guys meet in person or over Zoom as soon as possible and as often as possible. So you guys can actually see what, more of what each other's truly like. All right. So show me what he really thinks and feels, please. Wants to go to the next level. He's seeing an opportunity. He's celebrating. He's happy. He thinks that you're everything he's ever wanted. You're like a dream come true. He sees himself being really fulfilled with you. He doesn't want to ignore that. And he's wanting a victory with you. And okay. So he's wanting to get unstuck from some dynamic in the relationship. It could be that he has a third party, possibly, because it's next to the 3 of Cups. He could be trying to get unstuck from a relationship he's already been in. Or maybe somebody who's just like really super attached to him that he's trying to shake off. He misses you here in the future and wants to come out of hiding and go forward quickly. And he might be working on a different career path somehow. He wants to do something that's more authentic and more real. So it's possible if he's some kind of a scam person, if he is like a professional catfisher, for example, this would be somebody who wants to heal that and wants to actually be authentic with you and wants to drop that whole thing. Heal it and offer you love. So, he's trying to make something work out to hurry things along for you guys. So that's a good sign. He's afraid that if he doesn't come out of hiding and really show his true self to you, then he's going to lose you. So he's trying to get up the strength, even though he feels like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's kind of an amateur. Like he's really giddy and excited, but at the same time, he kind of feels like, oh, I'm not quite the man I think she deserves yet or something like that. But it could be just something he's telling himself. like that artificial AI we've all bought into all too much. It's just become a habit. That negative AI is just a habit. It's not even real. So, okay, Spirit, what do you want to say about this situation? You'll be supported no matter the decision that you make. So just take one step at a time and know that you're being led. Okay, so also, I would, let's see here. Shushinapa. All right, so I wouldn't wait until you have somebody kind of over there ready. I would decide that marriage is not good for you and it's no longer feeding you emotionally or anything, and that you want to get out of there for yourself because you love yourself enough to put yourself in a better situation where you can be happy. And I would get yourself out of that situation and do so independently of this other person, because you don't want the other person feeling like you're doing it all for him. And you want to make a statement, or you want to make a point of you loving yourself enough to do it for you. And you don't want to do that to your partner either. Be all wishy-washy depending on whether this person's going to go with you or not. You want to just be decisive and say, this is not for me anymore. I once thought that was what I wanted, and now I realize it is definitely not what I want. So not for the long term. So when you make that decision, your kids are going to really respect that. They're going to say, wow, you took yourself out of that knowing that was not for you anymore. So you go establish yourself over here. I wouldn't even maybe talk to the other guy for a bit until you guys have seen each other or whatever. So maybe you can set a boundary. I'm going to take care of some things in my life right now. I'm going to do things that make me happy. Someday when you want to actually meet me in person or talk to me on Zoom, I would love to do that. But until then, I'm going to go do this, that, and the other thing. And then you just go about your business and making yourself happy and get yourself established somewhere else. You don't want anybody to feel like any kind of a backup plan. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you don't want to also make that person feel like they're responsible for your happiness. So it's like you take that person and you're just like, okay, I'm going to go if you come here. And if we get a little place over here, and then I'll go. Because then you're going to put all this pressure on them. And then if it fails, they're going to feel terrible that you left your marriage for them too. You don't want to do that to them. Do it for you. Do it for yourself. Okay. Pray as if you've already received what you're asking for, and it'll be yours. So just keep affirming. Thank you, God, for making this so easy. Thank you so much that you've made things crystal clear for me and made things so easy for me to just go from here to being established on my own, like so quickly. Thank you so much for showing me just how much I love myself. Thank you so much for giving me the confidence to make all the right decisions, to know what's right, to feel this out using my intuition and to have a knowingness about it. Thank you that it's just been a wonderful process that I've worked through that's really shed a lot of light on things for me. Thank you for all the epiphanies and realizations that are helping me feel even better about myself all the time. Use affirmations to help you. Again, you'll be supported no matter the decision that you make. It's not about always being positive. Negativity is just part of still having an ego. It's about catching yourself being negative and picking yourself back up again as quickly as you can. Always ask yourself which perspective or option feels good or gives you relief, and choose that one. And don't be swayed by other people. Follow your heart and it'll all fall into place for both you and everyone else involved. Stay certain and stay positive. Okay. And just keep tapping into your intuition about it. Okay. 4203. Hi, Amy. I hope this message finds you well. I would like to get an update on my DM, Divine Masculine. If you guys don't know what that is, you can go to amysatori.com/videos, and you can look in the little true love section. I have silenced and distanced from him as I did not want to waste my time and my life waiting and hoping that he would man up. I'm wondering how he feels about my silence. I'm tired of always taking the lead, as I'm afraid that I will grow not to respect him. What is it that he desires from me in this connection? Thank you in advance. All right, let's check it out. What's he thinking and feeling since she's been pulled back away from him? And I'm glad that you're doing that. I think you absolutely have to do that. Because again, you have to prioritize yourself and your love for yourself first before you can love someone else. Okay. And when you respect you, he'll respect you too. He's spying on you. He's seeing you as doing very well without him. Okay, let's see. Which, you know, they can take that and make themselves insecure about that too if they want to. Oh, she does just fine without me. It's like your hate. It's like, oh my gosh, they just don't get it. Do you realize your existence brings me great joy and I would like a lot more exposure to you being in my space? Okay. He's trying to transform the situation and become more honest with you and become more vulnerable. He's brokenhearted. He could be brokenhearted about a third party, possibly, if there's somebody else he had going on. Maybe he didn't tell you about it. He's trying to overcome the situation. And he's thinking about coming out, taking a road trip or something, coming out to see you. He really does. He feels like a victim, like he's in a bit of a victim mentality. Yeah, he's like, it's too good to be true. It's never going to happen anyway. I had my hopes up for nothing, you know, that kind of baloney. My karmic wouldn't let me. He just said that my karmic wouldn't let me anyway. It's like, what is she, your mommy? She's going to give you permission to go be with somebody else when she's using you for whatever she's using you for? I don't think so. Yeah, but he's worried, but he is planning on having that success and victory with you. He still is. He wants commitment and he really feels that you guys can have your dreams come true together. But I feel like he's just he needs to talk to you and apologize for the fact that you had to pull back like that. He's trying to figure out a way that you guys can actually get excited about some kind of a new opportunity and go to the next level. But he's got to get through his feeling sorry for himself. And he's got to get rid of this karmic, whoever the karmic is. It might be somebody he was having a fling with at work or something. What I'm going through would burden you, and I don't want to add stress to your life. I'm protecting you from all the drama. So please trust that I know what I'm doing. I've been seeing so many signs and synchronicities that remind me of you. It's unreal. It's made me feel certain that you're the one for me and we have a bright future. I just need to figure out how to follow those signs. I'm open to or planning on relocating to be closer to you. Okay, I'm open to compromising more than you may realize. Let's think outside the box and figure out a way. You're that important to me. I had chosen to date someone else right now, so please respect and give me space for me to see what I truly want. If we're truly destined, I'll see that clearly as I explore this. So I think that's what he had decided to do, and he just kind of kept you strung along. Don't be surprised if I show up at your door. I'm going through somewhat of a financial crisis or restructuring right now. Maybe that's why he chose the karmic or something too. It might be even changing jobs or careers. As soon as I feel stable, I'll reach out to you and see how you are. So maybe he was people pleasing the karmic for financial reasons, and that's why he feels really crappy right now. Your healing is causing him to heal. It's making huge shifts within him. Please keep working on yourself to help expedite his healing. Don't worry, he's not going anywhere. He knows that it must bother you, but he does plan to include you in his life and take things to the next level as soon as he can. Please just trust me and give me more time. Yep. Yep. So he's just going through some massive change right now. And I think that you pulling away was perfect. It's like, okay, if you want that, there, go completely into it. Go be 100% that, and go see how that feels and sucks, because it will, you know, because you're his true love. And the karmics don't even, they're, you know, the longer you sit and marinate with that karmic, or marinade with that karmic, the more your life sucks. And then you'll really start going down the tube. You'll really start going down that feeling sorry for yourself thing, until finally, hopefully, eventually, after how many years or whatever, you know, you gain some self-respect and you start to not be willing to be treated like that anymore. You know, karmics are just notorious for, you know, just wanting your money or just wanting your whatever, you know, it's not love. It's just definitely not love. And even some of the karmics, I had a karmic, well, some of the karmics are even like part of the dark cult, and are like, were trained and taught from when they were little to manipulate the crap out of people for money or for whatever it is they need. So in this case, this might be true, since I just said that. So this is an incredibly manipulative person that he's dealing with, and they're holding money over him somehow or something like that. So they just said that I could do a blessing on it, or blissing on it. So let me do that for you. Shishina popo ma'aha na ken hashichin taike la hasanse la pomo on ha la ken. I'm going to do it for everybody watching right now. If you have a true love that's being controlled by some kind of nasty karmic who's threatening them in whichever way, shape, or form, or an ex for that matter, you know, if you have any kind of BS like that going on, and threatening or holding money over and all that other garbage, this is about to be dismantled and dissolved, because the right thing is going to happen here. Pama shishinta te hiha asanse lakena ha ala pum pum ha maan tan tan shen tai lake la sanse she na pum on. Okay. Whew. So that is the end of the questions for this week. I am going to just pull some random cards for the rest of you, and then you can go enjoy your wonderful weekend. Hopefully you're going to get out and play and do something fun or challenge yourself or something like that. I'm going to pull a Mary Magdalene card as well. All right. Mary Magdalene first. The secret. The secret. Okay. Someone will soon confide in you, and the information they divulge may shock or disturb you. You may feel torn between the loyalties you have for two people, and this creates a dilemma for you. What is the right thing to do? Should you divulge the information or stay silent? In your heart, you will know. Ultimately, you must be true to yourself, for only in doing so, you can be true to others. Revealing the truth will definitely cause upheaval, but eventually, as things settle down, your honesty and courage will be appreciated. Maybe watch my bravery video. Don't dwell on feelings of guilt. Express what's on your heart, for a hidden blessing is in store for everyone involved. As a result of the coming events, both you and others will feel a sense of relief. There are positive results for all concerned. However, they can only be actualized through your courage and love. All right. And Self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So just be willing. That's all. Just be willing. Whatever you're being pulled to, just be willing. You don't have to be proficient at it. Just be willing. Yeah, it's about progress, not perfection. You're always going to be a work in progress. Don't know why I said it like that. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus on how far you've come and what you've learned. Compare yourself to 6 months ago or a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Prosperity. There is a positive shift in your flow of divine support. So the money will come and the opportunities and whatever else. So stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. Heightened intuition. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness and its trustworthiness. It makes me think of that spirit card also. You can get those oracle cards that I use on amysatori.com/store. Pretty soon we're about to expand the store. By the way, you guys are going to love some of these products that are coming out. We got t-shirts and hats and mugs and all kinds of fun stuff. So your intuition can be trusted. Just keep practicing, keep working on it. And do stress reduction. De-stress your mind, body, and schedule. You need to rest, recharge, and revitalize. This is for, the divine feminines and the divine masculines all need to keep this in mind as they go along. Revealing your true self. As others know the real you, you'll be loved for who you truly are. Absolutely. Otherwise, you'll keep being insecure. Well, they don't really know this about me. They don't really know that. They don't know. So just put it all out there. Tell them the worst of it, if you need to, or if you feel like they need to know. I need to know that they know this, and then they love me, and then I'm okay. You know what I mean? So put it all out there if you're comfortable doing that. Control issues. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing others controlling you. God-given power. God-given power. Just be present in the moment. Stay out of your head. Stay out of the fear. And your love life will improve as a result. New or renewed romance is here for you. Okay, guys. And it's part of your divine life purpose. Many of you watching my channel have a true love. And I'm rooting for you guys. So have yourselves a beautiful and fun weekend. It was nice chatting with you over in the premier chat. I always enjoy talking to you guys. And I guess till next week. If you guys have a question for next week, just go to amysatori.com/ask Amy, or just click on Ask Amy on my website. And there you go. All right. Bye. You know what? I didn't do your general blessing. Okay, so let's do that. All right. So just relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath. Set your intention on something you'd like to see happen in our world or in your life. And as long as it's for the highest good of everybody and respects everyone's free will involved, it will be amplified at this time. Shashe na taitai san sejikili ina a abum pumo maana chains. Sase he like ent. Titi hupum hop maan. Hala ensa. Sashikirin apa poma omaan. Shishishi na. Tantai. Okay, guys, sending you a big hug. Bye.